How did I test my daughter's boyfriend in a clever way? I intend my daughter, Layla, started dating a young man named Mason last year. He looked perfect on the surface. Well-mannered, neatly dressed, overly polite to my wife and me. Almost two policemen. And in the next time he came over, I acted as if I barely spoke English. I exaggerated my Spanish, smiled politely, and let Layla translate everything. I even told him I had suffered a mild stroke years earlier that affected my English fluency. Layla thought I was being ridiculous at first, but after I explained my reasons, she agreed to help. For the first few weeks, Mason acted like a saint, patient, considerate, even using a translation app to speak with me. But by the second month, the cracks began to show. Whenever Layla stepped out of the room, he muttered complaints under his breath. "This food tastes awful. How long is this dinner going to take?" Once I heard him quietly mocking my accent. I pretended not to notice and simply served him more food. For Layla's birthday, he brought her a bracelet. Later that evening, I overheard him in the backyard saying on the phone, "Yeah, I swapped the cheap one for the nicer version. Her dad's probably loaded. It needs to look expensive." Chunihin. Saturday, Layla was at her hospital shift. She's in nursing school, but Mason came over anyway, saying he had forgotten his charger. While I pretended to watch a Colombian soccer match, he quietly took pictures of our mail, checked our financial statements, and even opened my desk drawer when he thought I wasn't paying attention. The following week, I left fake bank documents on my desk showing heavy debt and no savings. Then I invited him to dinner. He arrived with flowers and his usual practiced politeness. I served him the dish he had called disgusting when he thought I couldn't understand. Halfway through the meal, Layla suddenly spoke to me in perfect English, and I replied the same way. Mason froze. "And I've been speaking English for nearly 40 years, I told him. Long enough to recognize someone who wants my daughter for her money." Layla placed her phone on the table and played a recording she made the previous week. Mason bragging that once he got close to her family, her rich father would connect him with influential people and secure his future. He tried to deny it, blaming context, and even claimed my English must not be good enough to understand his words. Layla then showed him the messages he had exchanged with his friends while she was in the bathroom, messages about her wealthy background. He stormed out, calling Layla crazy and calling me a liar. The Mason now dates the daughter of a luxury car dealership owner. Layla is with someone from her nursing program, an honest, kind guy who brings homemade cookies instead of store-bought flowers, and who speaks to me exactly the same whether Layla is in the room or not.